This is one of my favorite clients. No kidding, Christian.
My name is Delia. Welcome to Fabulous Reality. I hope you enjoy.
Introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, my name's Christian Kafari. I work for an alternative investment firm called Griffin Capital. I'm 23. I just graduated college in December from the U of A with a degree in law, and I'm working on a few other things.
What things are you working on?
Yeah, so I manage money now for clients in crypto. So across various investment strategies, for the past year now, I've been heavily invested in crypto and just tooling around with different strategies to make my clients money. And I'm also starting an NFT project. Working on it. Go ahead.
So what's crypto and what are NFTs?
So cryptocurrency, it's like blockchain based currency. So it's a public ledger that holds digital currency where you can send peer-to-peer permissionless money basically. One I really like is called Solana, and it's the fastest, most scalable cryptocurrency out there, which is why I like it so much. So much can be built on it, and that's where I'm building my NFT project as well. That's where I also place a lot of the transactions I do for my clients. So I have them heavily invested in it as well as myself. But I'm not here to pump my bags. I actually like this currency, and the blockchain itself, the people behind it are really cool. So yeah.
So how'd you first get started in crypto? Like what made you want to be like, oh, this is something that sounds interesting, I want to do this?
So it was back in 2017 actually. I come from a family of traditional finance maximalists, so like stockbrokers and broker-dealer owners, accountants, stuff like that. And I started hearing about this in like 2017. And my whole family, of course, they see it and they're like, oh, this is a scam. Like, get your money out. You're up a couple 100%. Just get your money while you can, blah, blah, blah. So, I trusted them. I was like 18 years old, 17 years old. And so I was like, all right, I'll sell it. I'll take what I can and run. But after further research, it's really a solution, I think, to modern day banking and everything else problematic with the US dollar. Like the way the US dollar can just increase in supply at any time is obviously a huge problem, because that's happening right now and the price of everything is going up.
And the US dollar doesn't really have any value anymore anyways, right?
As of March 2020, the US dollar is effectively backed by nothing. Like banks are required to hold 0% reserves of the dollar that they have, so it's not backed by any asset, no real estate, no gold, nothing. And that's where our blockchain solves a lot of that, because you can't change the blockchain, you can only add to it, basically. You can add transactions on it. But
I've learned a lot about crypto through you, actually. I know I've been cutting your hair for a while, and every time you come, teach me a little bit more.
there you go.
And it's something that's super interesting to me. And a question that I always get asked is, so what backs up the blockchain?
The blockchain, it's confusing, but it basically backs itself in short answer. So it's decentralized. So there's not one central entity that verifies that says that it backs itself. It's decentralized, so there's a network of obviously individuals and then mining and other nodes that help verify the transactions. And as long as those are all powered up and running, then it constantly verifies itself. And people are finding a lot of power in the fact that, like, the like banking can be in their own hands. They don't have to rely on someone else to tell them what their money is worth. Like, it's whatever the value that they put into it is. So, yeah, one thing I'm doing too is, so I started working with this guy who mines Ethereum. And basically what he does, he just has these computers set up all around. I was just in New Jersey visiting him. And he has these mining rigs that validate transactions on Ethereum's network. So he gets paid a small portion to these computers that help process transactions on the network. And obviously, he's not the only one doing it. There's people all around the globe that are validating the transactions.
And I hear those machines that you use for mining are quite pricey, but anybody can do it, right?
Anyone can do it, yep. And obviously they've gone up in value over time. It was like 10 years ago, you could get them for like $100, and people look at you cross-eyed, but enough people started finding value in the actual blockchain and what it can do for people, and obviously not just money, but with anything, whether it be voting. Like if we voted on the blockchain this past election, there would be no question. But there's obviously a lot of ambiguity. They're like, oh, one centralized entity counted all the votes, so there was question about it.
Maybe we should suggest that for the 2024
Yeah.
election.
I agree.
Wow,
Yeah.
I don't even know what year I'm living in.
Yeah, so blockchain voting I think is really important, and that's another thing I'm trying to do with my NFT project is build blockchain voting.
So tell me, what are NFTs?
It stands for non-fungible token, which is basically a verified proof of ownership certificate of authenticity that just verifies digital ownership. So, digital ownership's important because, you look around, whether it be on Twitter, the internet, photos that are taken, everything's becoming more and more digital as time goes along, so people are going to try and find a way to monetize that as well, and that's kind of what's happening.
So you showed me a couple of your NFTs. I was like, what? People really pay money for this stuff?
Right.
It blows my mind. Well, you made quite a bit of money on that little gorilla one.
The little gorillas.
I'm like, what? I don't understand, but it's something really cool, and a lot of people are gonna start creating their own NFTs. Are you gonna do that?
Yeah, so I'm doing that right now. What I'm working on with my project too is building utility on it. So obviously, like you said, everyone's building an NFT project right now. But the ones with utility and stay power are the ones that are gonna prevail. So there's a good chance that 95% of these projects will end up going to zero. Just like in 2000 with the internet bubble, all of the companies that would promise something or just talked about internet technology, the number went up, but they couldn't deliver on their promise, so it just ended up going to zero. And that's what's going to happen with these NFTs. What people are trading now essentially is a proof of concept, like the internet. So in 2000, people were buying the internet. This new thing, computers, internet, was all brand new to the public. Same way NFTs and digital ownership is now. And there's going to be very few that do well over time. So it'll be exciting to see where it goes, but I'm going to try and deliver on my promises. So.
And you already have the images or what you're creating with your NFTs, the base concept? Yep.
So yeah, we have the art, which is really amazing so far. We have some guys in Argentina doing it, and they've come up with so I meet with them tomorrow actually on a Zoom, and they've showed me 2D sketches of them, and so basically what the art is going to be is basically just a token of ownership in an investment fund. That is going to be community led, and that's where I'm working on the utility is basically it's E3 investments. It's called E3 stands for the Enlightened Eagle Economy, which obviously is a mouthful, so we shorten it by calling it E3. But E3 investments is going to be a community led investment fund that basically allows people to invest with a large volume of capital. So by owning an eagle, basically you get voting rights in the investment fund, and then over time, as the investment fund performs, deploys capital, and gets returns, the holders will get paid back for it.
And in order to buy the NFTs, do you have to pay the gas fees, or is there no gas fees for that?
So since it's not on Ethereum, like if you were to mint on Ethereum's blockchain, like the ones with the miners I was talking about earlier, it would cost you anywhere from like $200 to $400, depending on how busy the network was at the time.
And that's just to purchase.
And that wouldn't even go to the actual creator of the project. That would just go to a mining rig somewhere, basically. But we're doing it on Solana. So the gas fees or transaction fees on Solana are about 1/1000th of a penny. So it'll charge you like 0.00005 Solana, and it'll be faster than Ethereum and obviously less expensive. So that's why we're doing it there. And then voting, when it comes to the investment fund, also building it on Solana is going to allow it to be a lot more scalable, so more people can participate.
And what would you need people to vote for? Like, what concept are they voting for or on?
It would be like, so there's going to be a community wallet with money in it, and then they can decide like what we invest in, essentially.
You were talking about you vote for a community wallet.
Yeah, so the money we receive from the actual mint, like the mint is whenever people receive their NFT from the creator, they will get the NFT, which is a token of ownership, in the community wallet, and then they take the money that we receive basically and vote on the direction of it. So if we want to participate in like seed round funding, like a venture capitalist fund, then we can do that. There's like any type of investment that the community wants to make, whether it be in another project or like owning, like grabbing ownership in another project built on Solana, then we can do that too. But like I said, it's going to be up to the community where it goes, the people who own it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All this stuff is so new, and if you're not in it right now, you're behind the game right now. Right?
I still think it's relatively early for all this stuff. So yeah, like obviously look around, like there's still a lot to be done with NFTs. Like NFTs are still early for where they're at. Like it's mostly just art right now, art royalties for artists. But like I said, NFTs are just like proof of ownership, proof that you own something, you have stake in something, and gives you like rights to participate in that product.
And with the NFT files, you can also restore like sounds and music, videos, and all this good stuff, right?
Yep. So then that's how artists, like musical artists, are gonna get paid over time, like. And how people are going to stop getting screwed by the record labels, basically, is by them getting royalties for the songs that they create. So every time a song is sold or streamed, then the original artist is going to get a chunk of royalties, and that's going to be in the original contract for the NFT, which is where it's super helpful in that regard.
What do you think made this whole crypto NFT business blow up?
Crypto as a whole, I think it was definitely founded in January 2009. And we know what happened in 2008 with the housing market crash and the bank bailing out all of the government bailing out all the banks. And people, some guy by the moniker Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, the first truly decentralized currency. And then people kind of latched onto this idea of like, why should I let some central entity behind closed doors decide the value of my dollar? Like, why shouldn't we all just do it ourselves? And that's where blockchain came about, and crypto, and from there they found out ways to implement digital ownership with NFTs.
Very nice.
So yeah.
And what do you have coming up besides your NFTs? What's going on with you?
What is going on? I'm still raising money from various individuals that I also manage money for on the side. So I have an eye doctor right now, who's giving me a large chunk of capital to invest for him, and it's done really well so far. So it's good for him.
How do you convince somebody like, hey, I need $2 million, can I borrow it?
It's not that much, but yeah, big chunk of cash. Give me $250,000, and I've doubled it so far. So
I bet he's happy about
yeah,
that.
yeah. How did I do that? That's a good question. So I started talking to him just about, like, he's obviously curious. Everyone I feel like is to some degree curious about blockchain and cryptocurrency. They hear buzz of it. They see people around them making money, but they just don't understand it. So I ran into him at a birthday party, actually, like a family friend's birthday party, and I started talking to him about it. And like, this guy's definitely got speculative money to throw around. So like, the money he gave me wasn't by any means life-changing, which is even more surprising, but it's like, if we can make money, great. So that's what I've been trying to do, and hopefully he can tell some of his surgeon friends about me too. You know, but he's done really well so far. So
And you've done very well, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've done well.
That's awesome.
But it's really not that far. Like, I mean, I've learned everything I know about this stuff, like, surprisingly, from Medium articles, which is just like a blog where people can post about their product, and I'll just do some research on it and see what I like, in comparison to other projects who may post an article that's not nearly as thought out. Twitter, you'd not believe that some of the actual smartest people in the world are anonymous Twitter users.
So Twitter is still a thing?
Oh yeah, yep. And yeah, some of the richest individuals in crypto are just anonymous people on Twitter. That, like, you find out hints about who they are and like what their background is, but it's pretty crazy that they're just right at the tip of your fingers.
I've known about Twitter for a long time, and I think I have an account. I've never used it.
You gotta get on Twitter.
I better.
Crypto Twitter, like they call it. It's abbreviated CT. If you talk about crypto in any regard on Twitter, you're in CT. So
Very cool.
yeah. Yeah. It's
So
all good
what
stuff.
were you doing before you started doing crypto?
I was a student up until December of last year, 2021, or 2020. I graduated and was working at a law firm, small, like, boutique business law firm, where I would help draft correspondence, and I mean, it's pretty much just correspondence, request for discovery, all that boring stuff. My degree was in law, and after working at a law firm for about a year, realized I just didn't like it. You know, they're definitely talented, skilled individuals in there, but it just wasn't for me. But yeah, that's what I was doing. Made me realize I loved finance and crypto, and I found out how much money you could make in crypto. I was in love with it. So
what's your big major purchase you're gonna make once you become a millionaire from all this stuff?
jeez, something that appreciates in value. So not a big,
So maybe
not
real estate?
definitely real estate. Yeah, not a pair of shoes. Not a crazy pair of shoes, anyways, or a crazy car. At least right away, you know. But something that, or maybe a crazy car that appreciates in value over time.
Like a, what is it called? Like not a DeLorean, is it?
Like I would get like a custom Ferrari. Hopefully, you know, I've made it by then to where it's like someone at some point in time will want to own my custom Ferrari. That'd be nice. Yeah.
What color are you getting it?
I don't know. I like navy blue a lot. It's a good color, I think.
What color should that's it, yeah. What did you see yourself doing, like, when you were in high school? Did you see yourself doing what you're doing now?
I saw myself dealing with money to some extent. I didn't realize how great of an opportunity I'd have with being this early in crypto. But yeah, I think I'm on the right track. This is always what I kind of wanted to do. I played sports in high school. I played baseball, hockey, but you know,
You don't want to be a pro athlete?
I mean, every kid does, but at some point, if you realize there's kids around you who are just more fit to do it, then find something you actually love to do, you know? I still play baseball. I play baseball on Monday nights. I mean, like in a men's league, you know? Stay fit. Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend now?
Do I have a girlfriend? Kinda. Yeah, kinda have a girlfriend. But yeah, there's this one girl.
Staying fit?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this one girl. What?
She stays fit for me, so yeah, we gotta stay fit for her to some extent. But yeah, we're kind of just doing our own thing. I don't really prefer to be with other people. I mean, she's just there, you know. She understands my grind and what I'm all about, so it's good to have her around.
That's
and
good.
she feels the same, so.
She supports and encourages what you're doing.
Yep, we're supportive of each other for sure.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's the key. Have somebody that backs you up and that helps you push you towards your goals and not stop you. So, sounds like you got a good one.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Give me a second. I'm going to grab some.
Go ahead.
Yeah, your friend, he was a super cool guy. He talked very highly of you. And you've known each other since junior high?
Oh yeah, yep. We went to the same middle school together. Played baseball together for a while, and now just still good friends. We went to different colleges, but it doesn't matter. We hang out all the time.
You were
Yeah.
saying you kind of got him into the crypto stuff a little bit too, huh?
Yep. Yeah, there was one day he was at my house. We just moved. Me and my other roommate moved into a new place, and he comes over, and we talk about this stuff constantly, and like he was wary to kind of get in, like didn't know where to start, and I was like, dude, what I did was I just sent him an NFT, like this NFT I got for 0.1 Solana, which was like $20 at the time. I was like, dude, I'm giving you an NFT, just set up a Phantom wallet, and you're gonna get an NFT. So he got one. I was like, that's kind of how I red pill people on NFTs. Like, just send them an NFT. They have one. They're like part of the, you know, the space now.
Where's my NFT?
I'll get you an NFT. And then, like the next day, for like 1 Solana, there was these meerkats that minted for 1 Solana. I was like, dude, if you have 1 Solana, just grab one of these things. They will pump. So he ends up minting one, and they pumped up to like 40 Solana a couple days later.
Whoa.
Which was like...
From 1 to 40?
Yeah, over the course of like 2 days, 48 hours.
That's insane.
And he got like a super rare one too. It was like ranked 600 out of 10K.
Wow.
So yeah, and that's where there's rarity attached to these things. It's like they have different traits. Some will be more rare than others, giving them more value.
Is it like collecting Pokemon cards?
In a sense, yeah, digital collectibles, digital ownership of collectibles. And that's like the proof of concept that we're on right now is, you know, collectibles. But, and I know it's probably, you know, to anyone watching, probably thinking like, oh, meerkats and apes, like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. But proof of concept, obviously. So there's going to be a lot of potential for just NFT technology as a whole. Like, I saw a Forbes article of a company that's trying to turn house deeds into NFTs.
Nice.
Where basically like the attributes on the NFT of the house deed would be like how many rooms, how many bathrooms, the purchase price of the house, you know, anything that just tells you the value of the actual house, and then you'd be able to upload it. Like if you need a loan against your house for any reason, you would just upload the actual NFT, that would say, okay, your house is worth this much, and you wouldn't have to go to a bank. You wouldn't have to, get a loan from anybody besides from your house, essentially.
So you go directly from the source, huh?
Yep. Yeah, it's putting the power in your hands. No one gets to decide. It's just like what the market decides.
Yeah. So nobody would have control over your money anymore.
That's true. Yep.
Did you see that they're trying to charge what was like 30? I believe it was like 30% on the cryptocurrencies, even on funds that you don't have yet. What was all that?
Yeah. On unrealized gain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's gonna be the quickest way to like incite riots. Realistically, it's like people are gonna lose their minds if that actually. It can't possibly pass. Like, I think it was just to scare people. Like, in some cases, like when you see the media just flush out like a certain topic, and like you just see the same topic, same wording, even from like 10 different news sources, like it's clearly like it's almost like a political attack on, like, whether it be a market. Like, when the government found out about Bitcoin and like they found out how hard it was to actually affect the market with news, they started doing it more just so they could basically get the small dips where they would then be filling their bags with this stuff.
You feel like the government's trying to like get their paws in there somehow?
Oh yeah, 100%. There's an infrastructure bill that was supposed to be passed on Friday that's gonna be relatively bad for crypto, but it doesn't take effect till 2024.
And what is that bill?
It's just gonna be like, for any trade in crypto that's over $10,000, you're gonna have to report it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, basically, if you're using an exchange, it's just gonna be reported by the exchange to the IRS. Then you'll be taxed on it accordingly. So yeah, there's still a lot going on with this, but it's a global market still, so one country's laws on it isn't going to change everything. But obviously the US is pretty influential.
Definitely. So what is something that you want people to know you for when you're gone, when we go to another life?
Oh geez. I mean, something that's kind of indirectly happening that I've started doing is, like, I'm in a group chat with like 25 other people. Alex is in it. That, like, I mean, we just talk crypto and the markets all day long, NFTs, whatever it may be. And I mean, I don't know. They definitely kind of look up to me and my roommate's knowledge of all this stuff. And I just want to make people money at the end of the day. And whether that's like managing money for people or telling people how to do that and like kind of teaching them how I do it, then that's all that really matters. I mean, obviously they say money doesn't matter that much, but it's definitely like a struggle for some people, I think, and if you can just be comfortable financially, I think that's really important.
Do you think money can buy you happiness?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I think, like, being poor makes you depressed, that's for sure. There's ways to be happy when you're poor, sure, but at the end of the day, you gotta pay your bills, and if you can't, you're gonna be sad.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I hear that say money can't buy you happiness, but yes, it sure can.
Can buy you,
lots of vacations.
can buy you jet skis.
Jet skis, cars, hotel rooms.
Yep.
More money.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's obviously easy for someone with a lot of money to lose sight of what actually is making them happy,
Yeah.
So that's why I think, like, when you're making other people money also and they're happy about it, that's when, like, that's where it definitely can make you happy.
For sure. And what's your ultimate life goal?
Conquer this life so I can get on to the next one. So you gotta master this game. Life's a game, so beat the boss and get out. Move on to the next one.
And you're winning right now, so
I
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, Christian.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Thank you guys for watching Fabulous Reality, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next episode.
What you been about? All that time we spent apart, they got me healing now. Yeah, if I think about it, I just write it down. Fuck their thoughts, man, that shit'll never